Welcome to Own the Chaos. The stock market is crazy and chaotic.
And crash. You son
Oh,
of
God. Hold on. Pause.
Brad and Fat Man Zoom are here to help you own it.
They were targeting Wall Street when they should have been targeting Capitol Hill. They should have been targeting DC. This is the same thing, and this is what people keep missing.
Taking it to the suits, being relatable and hilarious.
You bought GameStop at 400, didn't you? To the moon, baby. To the moon.
Get ready to own the chaos in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad. That guy is there is Fat Man Zoom. The stock market is crazy and chaotic. We made it our mission to help you own it. And I have the shades on because it's bright as hell in this room with all this Clover shining down on me, Fat Man Zoom.
Wait, what happened with Clover today?
It's squeezing.
Did something happen to Clover?
It's squeezing.
It's squeeze. Shout out.
It's a little squeeze.
Shout out to our starting five. Sam Cisneros, Mysterious Gal, Sean Ethier, Mike Zoe, and Arnie Vanaker. And Arnie says from 10% in the red, 12% green in just one day. Unbelievable.
Hell yeah.
Guys, we told you this could happen.
It's the next AMC. I can feel it.
Yeah.
It feels
The
like
next
it.
AMC.
I added to it today. I added to it. My initial buy-in was at 665. It was the first time I added to it, and it was today.
Yeah. I wish you would have went balls deep in it.
I should have. Should have done that.
Some other people.
Hindsight.
I'm all in, baby. I'm all in. Hey, I'm not saying anything yet. I'm saving it for my press conference. I have a press conference at around 4:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to save it for my press conference. But guys, Clover, listen. We're going to talk about what's going to happen with Clover. We're going to talk about all things Clove. Happy for the crew that's in it. I think Sean Ethier in the Discord had mentioned that, like, how we alluded to when we were talking about, like, why would you ride it all the way down, then sell it right when you break even?
Yes.
We feel really good about this stock, guys. We've always felt good about it. For me, it's been one of my highest conviction trades. I love it. To me, this is, I've been waiting for this. This is what I've been expecting. This ain't AMC. This is the real deal. People, is it time to take profit in Clover, Jeppy? We'll figure that out. We'll ask Brad about that. But first, let's just talk about the market. How you doing otherwise?
I'm doing fine.
You all right over there?
I'm feeling good. So yeah, it's not just Clover.
Yeah.
For me, man,
a lot of our stuff's
like
going off.
Spirit Air Systems going the hell off. Penn's coming back. I feel good today. I feel good. The market sucks. It's like real boring and flat, but all the stocks that we picked are on absolute fire, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, Big C looked great. Peloton looking great. Drive Shack, shut up.
Drive Shack, baby.
Let's change this around.
Where
for
the
you
Drive Shack
people.
is a little love place where
Drive Shack,
we
baby.
can get
You're-
together.
You heard? He did not drink any of the whiskey, I don't think.
I did not. I should have.
But I'm rocking my Drive Shack. I thought you might rock your Drive Shack today. Maybe when we get to $5.
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah, I got to find it. I think I know where it's at.
We got a lot of good stuff that's working out. And I mean, my account, I told you, like, it had been teetering net account value, like my position values, red to green a couple of times. It was like teetering with green, then it'd like drop red 10%.
Yeah.
I think we're in the clear, knock on wood. I think we're in the clear. My overall account just went above the S&P, like shot past. Well, that's when I said
I heard
Zoom.
you about Zoom. Yeah, sorry. That's my fault. I was distracted trying to get this thing taken care of.
You don't even listen to anything I say.
You sound like my girlfriend.
Well, you spend more time with me than your girlfriend probably.
That's probably true. It's a pretty good
We're
50-50
frozen?
split.
Oh, we're back. Oh,
We're
that
back.
was
We're back.
Yeah, so I want to dedicate time to Clover, but first I got a question for you.
What's up?
I need you to explain to me naked shorts and what the deal is with that, because I don't know what the I don't know. I mean, I think I understand what naked shorts are, but I don't know what the hubbub is around naked shorts.
Yeah, so there's this I guess trending topic on Twitter about naked shorts and how that's what's affecting AMC. brokers don't allow you to do that. And I would challenge anybody to find me proof of this. People are just very speculative about AMC and the shorts and all that good stuff. The naked shorts is essentially you shorting a stock for more than what's allowed. I don't know what's up with that. Is it blurry? I don't know.
Oh.
Must be the internet connection. But just try refreshing it, folks. I don't know.
Okay. Sorry. Good.
Can everybody still hear me, though, at least? It's not the camera.
Oh, yeah. Just refresh it. You should be good.
Okay. There you go. Give her a good old refresh. All right, cool. So anyways, so as far as the shorts are concerned, the naked shorts, we made kind of like light fun of Adam Aaron last night about him being caught with his pants down during an interview yesterday, and that kind of sparked a lot of speculation over AMC and what exactly is a naked short. A naked short is essentially when you short a stock with shares that aren't available, and that's actually just it's poor practice. Nobody really allows you to do that. And so, again, like I said, I would challenge anybody to kind of really find some proof other than the fact that, there is some overlap, and that's where people kind of get confused. Like if you short a stock and the broker allows you to borrow it for a time, as far as margin's concerned, to short a stock, there can be some overlap, and that's what we saw with GameStop as far as how it was shorted 124% or whatever the hell it was. So it wasn't necessarily that there was naked shorting going on; it was just that there was an overlap on margin, and so that's kind of essentially what happened. There is no naked shorting going on with AMC. It's just a lot of speculation that people are kind of, for lack of better words, making it up.
Speaking of AMC,
it's up 12% today.
What's that?
It's up AMC.
Oh, yeah. So speaking of AMC, I was watching Brilliant Idiots. I was watching a clip today, or no, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And Brilliant Idiots, if you guys don't know it, it's a podcast with Andrew Schultz, who is one of my current favorite comedians, and Charlemagne the God from The Breakfast Club. Really cool. They kind of just like us, just kind of shoot the shit. But Charlemagne talked about how he bought AMC, and he's like, this dude makes millions and millions of dollars. And he was saying how he called up his financial advisor, was like, yo, I want this AMC. So this was, I think, maybe a week ago or something.
Yeah.
And buys 15,000 of AMC, which would probably be the equivalent of us buying like $10, I guess, of AMC. Not big for him, but 15,000 nonetheless. Yeah. Buys AMC, and his reasoning for why buying AMC, he said, I saw the teaser for all the Marvel movies coming out in the coming years, and I got excited, and I'm like, people are going to go back to the movies, and no way they're not going to go see this. And so he bought it because of that. And his logic, which I hear this type of logic when people get frustrated with the market and they don't understand that the market is a forward-looking vessel and it's a year-over-year comparison vessel. So, like, it doesn't really matter that people are still going to the movies. Like, growth is ultimately what matters. And so he's like, I'm going to buy it. So he buys it out of the blue. I'm sure his financial advisor was like, you're an idiot.
Bro, I would be like begging him to not do that.
And so he ended up doing that, gets the run that we just had, the 100% run.
Yeah.
To his credit, he sold out of his initial investment, which we talk about all the time, and he's riding on free shares. So horrible logic, but execution was sound.
Yes.
So it was just funny listening to him. You got to listen to the clip because it's like every trader that like wants to jump in for the first time, or every investor wants to jump in for the first time, who's just like, yeah, I mean, people are going to go to the movies still. It's like, that's probably not enough of a thesis to make it bullish.
Did he? I guess maybe he forgot about the whole streaming part of it too. Like you just buy movies.
No, he talked about streaming, but he's like, it doesn't. He's like, streaming doesn't recreate. He's talking about Disney Plus. He's talking about whatever. He's like, it doesn't recreate the in-person experience.
That's true.
And so the problem is that, at least for me, why I wouldn't be interested in it is because, yes, people will go back to the movies, and there'll always be people going to the movies. I mean, there are people that still go to drive-in theaters.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Like,
Yep.
but are there enough people? That's the question. Is it when you're looking at the trend line of interest in movie theaters, is that going up to the right or going down to the right? And so what I would argue is it's going down to the right.
Mm-hmm. Short
Short term, it's going up to the right, which we've always said, like, short term AMC, you should be okay. Long term, there isn't going to be this, or I don't want to say there isn't. I see it being unlikely that more and more people will go than what was at pre-COVID. I think the best case scenarios is you try to maintain, but with streaming, with access, why would you?
I mean, I think that short term, it does probably continue to go up. And I mentioned to our Chaos Crew folks the other morning, it would not shock me one iota to see this go to $100 a share.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Well,
but I just I don't think long term, because there's so many other factors that come into play for AMC, like the fact that they don't own most of the properties that they lease out. They owe a lot in backed rent and all that good stuff. So there's a lot of hurdles that this company has to climb in order for it to actually work into the valuation that it's at now, which is ungodly. And they'd still have to convert like 100+ million shares to be able to get themselves right side up.
And I mean, I think the bigger thing is just like, it's just funny because somebody with that much money still has this concept of like when to get in a stock, and it's just very basic. Like it's just so binary. It was just funny hearing it. Outside of AMC, didn't matter the stock he would have said. Outside of it, it was just funny. But
shout out to him for doing what we've said to do, though. Getting yourself into free shares. If you're playing with house money, like that's the best place to be.
Oh, for sure. And if you're in house money on AMC, that is definitely the best place to be.
100%.
It could go off.
The risk is off at that point.
We know the volatility of it. And speaking of volatility, Clover. Let's talk about Clover. Let's talk about the volatility. Once Clover goes off, this happened before. Last time it went off, got to like 1050. You guys were like, when do we sell? All that other stuff. I don't know when you should sell. But here's what we should talk about is what we're going to do and how we feel about it. Personally, as Clover makes its way trying to hit 12. Did it hit 12? It broke 12, didn't it?
It hit $12 on the button.
Yeah. So, for me, for those of you watching Stock Watch Sunday last night, I fully expect increased volatility. And if this is a meme stock, if this gets picked up it's already gotten kind of picked up by Wall Street Bets and sort of mainstream. But if it really gets picked up like AMC and GME, this could really fly. But what we've learned from them and what we know about highly volatile stocks is just as much as you can have a 30% day in the green, you can have a 30% loss day.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow's a red day. But from like my beginning thesis of this stock and my price target on this stock, I've been in it long enough. The upside, I'm just looking for a lot more. So this could go back down towards $10. My big thing is stay above 10, which sounds like kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But stay above 10 in general. I would be nervous now if it goes back below $10 again. However, there's a lot of there are supports before that $10, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But with such a volatile move, that's very much a possibility. But I'm not doing anything. I know you added to it, which seems like you're still bullish on it.
Yep.
I talked about 1350 before the last move. And I mean, I won't even look at taking profits until then. But really, I think it could go much higher.
This could very easily turn into a cup and handle pattern here. If we see a bull flag pattern form over the next couple of days on the daily, this could certainly go off. And I have it marked at 1309 as kind of the next area for resistance. But that crucial area was actually at 1150 today, and it did get rejected intraday and finally broke through that, after 3 o'clock. Bro, it looks great. I've mentioned for the longest time that I felt that this could be a $20 stock, easy. And we've seen it in the high teens before. So there's reason to believe that it could certainly get there. Now, the reason that it's moving doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the company itself, but as we've mentioned, the short squeeze, scenario here could very much come into play. It could be a great company too, that will continue to go off, that could turn into some really good fundamentals as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and Motley Fool did an article a couple weeks ago about Clover specifically and why it's ridiculously undervalued. You don't necessarily need a catalyst when you are oversold.
Yes,
right?
That's true.
That really helps. But the reality is, if you get enough people who are like, oh, what's this Clove? What's happening? And you look at it,
yeah,
you could see value in it. I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody, but that's how I looked at it. So catalyst would be even greater. But to your point, correct me if I'm wrong, in order for us to have a cup and handle, you need red days.
Yep. In order to get a bull flag, you need red days. 100%.
So to be clear, over the next couple of days, it could be red in your opinion, but that's not going to change where you stand.
Correct. Honestly, if it falls below 10, I'm adding more.
And let me clarify what I mean, because you were talking about 1309 as a resistance. If it gets up to 1305, I will expect that $13 stack as a resistance.
Yep.
To me, that's where I would consider taking profit. So if it goes towards 1309, gets rejected, I'm staying in for the break over that resistance.
Yeah.
Because old supports or old resistances
become new supports. Yeah.
I learned that from
1745 was the previous 52-week high on this thing. So, I think there's definitely potential for that to happen. And some of the other SPACs have been going off too. I love the fact that we talked about it last week or 2 weeks ago about the quote unquote return of the SPAC. A lot of the SPACs have been doing really well. Virgin Galactic did really well.
Yeah.
Bark has been doing really well. Yeah, a lot of them have been starting to kind of make a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
And I think we're going to see more of that. I think we're going to see more of the conversation and the attention back to that. I mean, think about, guys, I pause because I'm trying to stop telling you guys what to do because I don't want to tell you guys what to do. But one thing I think about a lot is pay attention where the tension, how do I want to phrase this? I try to be aware of where the attention lies. Okay. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto, nobody's talking about it. We haven't had a crazy Doge person in a while.
Right. Yeah.
To me, I don't want to forget about that. Such massive attention. SPACs. Remember when SPACs were just all the rage last year?
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking about where the attention was and will the attention go back to it. To me, it's likely that attention goes back to crypto for sure. I'm also willing to bet that attention is going to go back to SPACs as well. I'm more confident that the attention will go to crypto than SPACs. But, I mean, these are when I'm looking to make my move, is when your attention is on something else, whether it's meme stocks, whether it's reopening plays, whatever, because we were on reopening plays before when tension was somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so if you can do that, I think you set yourself up for a good position as long as you have a longer time horizon. That's not for short-term accounts, but really for long-term accounts. And so that's where I'm at right now, is just looking at something like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and saying, okay, the attention's not there. It's kind of settled out. Can it come back? Will it come back? Or will it basically get back on the road or the path of bullishness?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people keep talking about this crypto winter that's coming. I don't know if I see that happening.
Yeah.
And this is going to be something that we'll be talking with Andrew about, our guest that'll be coming on next week. So stay tuned for that. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell, because we'll be talking to an expert crypto guy, which I'm really excited for.
We're not allowed to call him an expert.
Oh, okay.
Well-versed.
Somebody who knows about crypto a lot more than I do is going to be coming onto the show. So yes, he's not an expert, I guess.
Yeah, somebody who presents the best case for crypto we've ever heard.
Yes.
Is very knowledgeable.
That's a very good way to put it, yes.
Clover looking good.
Clover looking like it could potentially close at the high of the day. Right now, it's 10 minutes before the close. Looking at the chart here, intraday, this is a 5-minute chart. It is creeping on up. We could potentially see a high of the day close. One thing that I've noticed about Clover too is that it gets pretty wild after hours. So watch for after hours trading too. I mean, we could see this well over $12 potentially based on how it's been trading over the last several days. I mean, last week, well, we were in the middle of man meal and it was popping off then, going nuts after hours.
I want to do. What's up, Daniel Camarena? So, do you want to take a couple of Clover questions? Since
Let's do it. Yeah.
If you guys want to throw in Clover questions, let us know if there's anything specific about that. I'm going to just focus on those right now.
Live from the FedEx warehouse.
We don't know exactly when the crypto guy's on. I want to say it's going to be one of the next 2 Stock Watch Sundays, but I'm going to try to get him on this Sunday. Try to get him on this Sunday.
That would be awesome. I can't wait.
So your price target on Clover is $20.
Yes, that's mine. Yeah.
What is your exit strategy beyond that? Like, I know you said you'd add below 10.
Yep.
You just added. Would you double it? Double your position?
Double my position size. I still got plenty of room to go. Even after doubling my position size, it's only taking up about 3% of my portfolio.
Okay.
So I got plenty of room to go here as far as scaling is concerned, but I still maintain the strategy. If I would like to keep my average under $10, which right now it still is very much so. If I can keep it under $10, then once it does hit that $20 mark, I would sell half.
Okay. So sell your initial investment.
Yep. And then ride free shares, baby.
And then what would be your max position?
My max position size right now, I have 300 shares. It'll probably be somewhere around
what percentage of your portfolio?
Well, no more than 10%.
Okay. All right.
So I think probably somewhere around the vicinity of 700 to 800 shares in this portfolio.
So you've listened to the Perfect Portfolio Method. We just released that video, guys. If you want to check it out, we broke down what we thought was a perfectly balanced portfolio. All right, 10%. I like that. So you still got a ways to go.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You could almost triple.
Yeah.
Well, I guess double down.
Yeah.
Kevin Huerta Ponce. I'm a bit late. Is Clover moving on fundamentals or hype? You're great, friend. You're great. Nothing fundamentally that it's moving on. It's just, I mean, I guess hype.
Yep. People are discovering that it's oversold and paying attention to the short interest on this thing. And it looks like some of the Wall Street Bets crowd is moving their way over to things like Clover.
The another question I had as far as Clover was pertaining today, it had like 4 times volume last we checked.
Today, yeah. It's wild.
Today?
Yeah.
How do I interpret that? So if I'm looking at volume, like what does that mean to me? Is that a bullish indicator, or how am I deciphering that?
Yeah, so that number is actually share volume, and when you look at share volume, it tells 2 stories. One, it could tell you a story of how many people are actually buying this, but also tells you how many people are selling. So there could be a lot of flipping going on, which is what we saw with AMC. I mean, 3.2 billion shares of AMC were traded last week, which is like over 6 times the float, which tells you that there was a lot of people flipping in and out of this thing. It wasn't just people buying it up. So that doesn't give you the whole story. I think I like looking at, and I should take a closer look at this as far as Clover is concerned. I'd like to see what the dollar volume is on it. Okay. Share volume definitely tells a huge story, but so does dollar volume. And really all that, to break it down in its simplest form, it just means that there's so much more interest in this. And actually, when I was trading pennies, I would use volume and dollar volume. That was my bread and butter, because I wanted to be able to determine, find things that were trading on unusual volume, because usually something's trading unusually, you're seeing a lot more volume show up, shares being traded, all that good stuff. There's got to be a reason in most cases. So you go and find the catalyst or try to figure out what's going on. And so people apply this to the larger caps and even small caps like Clover as well. You look at volume that's coming in, and all of a sudden you're trying to figure out why there's so much interest in this all of a sudden. Right now it looks as if, like we were alluding to, that this could potentially be a squeeze, and maybe that's the catalyst.
When you say dollar volume, is that the average amount somebody spends in an order? Or what does that mean with dollar volume?
No, so dollar volume is the amount of money that gets traded in the stock itself.
So basically
the amount of actual dollars.
The share price times the amount of shares.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know there's average 10-day volume. Mm-hmm. Do they track average dollar volume?
Yeah, everybody tracks dollar volume. Okay. I mean, certain scanners will track it. Some
have
of
to
them
do
don't.
It on a scanner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you'd have to try to calculate it yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Shout out to Christoph. Just discovered Only Chaos, enjoying the show. Greetings from Poland.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for checking us out, man. I'm Fat Man Zoom. That's B. Smith. We're here every day, except for Friday and Saturday.
Hit that notification bell.
Yeah, man, we're live every Monday through Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time when the markets close. And then we actually are also live on Stockwatch Sunday, which is our bread and butter.
Yes, sir.
7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's our goodie. That's our goodie show. Does Clover and Google have a future together? I want to say that Google Health invested in Clover.
Yes, they did.
As one of their venture funds.
Yep.
Google Health Ventures, I believe, is what it was. I have such a horrible memory. But
So do I. Isn't one of the Clintons also on the board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chelsea?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know how I'm pulling this out of my ass. I really am pulling it out of my ass right now. Those are all true, but I have a horrible memory. The fact that I know that.
Oh, my God.
Because that was because
You're doing a fine job, my man.
that was before
That was a
Clover
long time ago. We talked about that.
merged. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a while.
Yeah.
What else we got? Do we have anything else to cover?
Really just kind of like the overall market. You know, we got a couple other things that we have in store for you guys throughout the week. CPI number will be out on Friday. We touched on it a little bit last night, but not ready to chat about it just yet. Want to get some more stuff. Some of the other plays that are coming this week. We didn't talk about earnings a whole lot on Sunday, but I put in the watch list this morning that Dave & Buster's could be something to keep an eye on.
That was a surprising watch list ad.
Why were you surprised?
Pull up the chart. I didn't look at the chart.
I'm pulling up the chart.
It was surprising because Dave & Buster's feels like the AMC of that industry.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
Or that industry. I mean, you're talking about short term. So I agree with the short term perspective.
Yeah.
Technically, it looks good.
I mean, it's been sitting in this channel since its move up. So
What's
setup's
is that the
there.
daily?
Yeah, this is the daily chart here.
Huh. So yeah, it was just a surprise. It was a surprise because we've been a little bit, we beat it up a little
We
bit.
dogged on it a little, yeah.
For a while.
Yeah, we did. But, you know, after it came from its $51 high, it's been sitting in a sideways channel. If they come out and have a good outlook on their earnings on Thursday, could be a good one. It's worth keeping an eye on, I think.
I think you commented Savvy Money Show asked about Enable Energy Transfer. So what do you guys think about ENBL Energy Transfer have agreed to take them over for $7.1 billion? They have a market cap of $4 billion.
ENBL, market cap of $4 billion, that's it? Is this a tiny little stock?
Let me say something to Vinay.
Vinay, what's up, my man?
When I asked about Play 5 months ago, the thoughts were different. So even I was surprised by the watch list slide. I know you're saying this in general context, but it's just sparking my thought. I think a lot of people get hung up with the fact that like we can change positions on certain things. And this seems to be a little bit more technical, but also 5 months ago, we had no clue about what the reopening was going to look like. And more importantly, we didn't anticipate how quickly vaccine distribution would happen.
Nobody did. I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Yeah, so your thesis can change from time to time.
Yeah, my bad, Vinay. But hey, it looks good now. But as far as ENBL goes, it's sitting up $1 or 1.85%. Bro, I mean, it looks good. This thing is definitely moving up pretty crazy. The float, the share structure is really small, so that's playing in your favor for sure on ENBL. If you're not in already, for those of you watching, I think there's definitely some promise here that could probably potentially continue to go up. But I would definitely wait for some sort of pullback to at least $9 a share. It's sitting at $9.38 right now. It just continues to go up. I mean, I think there's definitely a case that could be made that maybe it has a pullback to $8.06. There's got to be some profit taking on this. The reason why I say this is if we do look at the volume, it's pretty low volume. So this just kind of continues to get bid up. And so at some point, there's going to be a catalyst that shows up or people start taking notice about how this has been moving up. And anybody who front-loaded this probably going to sell it off. So there's going to be some profit taking. And I would probably wait for that to happen before getting into it. That would just be my thoughts on it. Doesn't have to be your thoughts, but that's just kind of the way that I see it.
Oh, I like this question. This might be a clip. Is Clover still a good buy? Now, here's the thing. A lot of people think of a context like I got into Clover early, did not expect the Hindenburg news, and so I had to dollar cost average down, which, let me pause and say, you guys who are still red, I'm just asking the question, like, did you scale in? Did you dollar cost average? Because it's just surprising to me that you would still be red if you didn't dollar cost average. But that's neither here nor there. So somebody like me, I've been dollar cost averaging, so it feels a little bit different when it's moving up and you're like, I'm just trying to stay green, and the psychology might be a little bit different. Whereas you actually waited a lot longer to get in, and you actually got a great average, and the way the trade played out for you is much different emotionally because you were up at one point 60% today before you averaged up on it.
Yeah.
So like one thing that's challenging for me is like removing myself from my position and the emotions I've dealt with it, because if I wasn't in it, I would say, yes, it's still a buy. Or let me put it this way. If I wasn't in it, I would get in it. Not today, but I'd wait for profit taking. What say you? Because you actually just averaged up. Is it a buy if you weren't in Clover right now?
I mean, I think that I would be lying to myself if I said it wasn't after buying it today. But you're right. I mean, I think there's the psychology part that I already had an average of $6.65. I got damn near the bottom of this thing. And so it was okay for me to average up because my average is only in like the low eights at this point. Yeah. So I think looking at it, if you haven't bought it yet, there's certainly a case that you can make to at least grab a starter. I mean, that's what I did. Yeah. I grabbed a starter at 665, and I think getting a starter and then just kind of seeing where it goes, averaging down. And we always talk about buying in the weakness and selling in the strength. For me, this is a little bit different because I barely had a position as it was, so I was looking for an opportunity. So when it pulled back today, because it shot up to like 1150, got rejected, and I was able to grab in the low 11s, and then obviously that's paid off today. But it could still fall below $11. That's still a possibility. So if you're looking to get into a Clover, then perhaps you just grab a starting position and then average your way in instead of just kind of like going all nuts on it, which we've seen a lot of people do. They just, balls deep into it, take all my money all at once, and then, then it goes down for a day and then they lose their mind.
Yeah, and I think just remembering that the volatility of this stock, make sure you wait for confirmation, and I'd be waiting for confirmation. I'd be waiting for a bounce if it's a pullback, but definitely scaling in. This is still going to be a really volatile road. I don't want to say choppy because it could continue to ramp up, and as we speak, the market's closed. It closed at 11.92, and it looks like it's what, 3%?
It's at $12.30.
Yeah. So next question I then have is, so it's still a buy. Like to me, I would buy it, but I agree. Like get a little starter if you just want a taste of it.
Yeah.
But be patient.
You know what else that satisfies? It satisfies the FOMO a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Because I hate telling people don't buy it. But like if you just take a little bit, you're able to risk a little bit of something. You at least kind of like ease that FOMO itch a little bit.
So then the next question is, what does Clover open tomorrow at?
Jesus, I mean, at this point, it looks like it's opening at $13.
That's your final stock prediction.
Yeah, I'll go with $13.25, and that is just a huge guess. That's all it is.
$11.50.
You got 1150? Okay.
1150.
That's where it opens.
And then bounce back to the moon 5 minutes after open.
Yeah, right now it is popping off. It is going crazy. It's at 1234. This is awesome.
I always get these notifications on my phone from CNBC. That's sort of my favorite news channel for stocks. And so CNBC always pops up right at the closing bell. And I'm just waiting for that one day where it says
top movers is Clover.
Yeah, like something where just huge Clover news or Clover feature or something. Guys.
Fuck yeah, look at this. 1240.
Mainstream still hasn't caught it.
That's the crazy part, right? Like we're still in the very beginning stages of this. And I will also preface this by saying, like, when we looked at AMC, we looked at GameStop, it had these kind of moves and then it dropped significantly. So don't be deterred at least if you have the same conviction on Clover as we do, I would not be deterred by that. I think that I would only be emboldened at that point.
Have the cojones. I have the cojones. I want a dollar cost. If it gets close to 10, I'm going to be stressed out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll address, we'll talk about it, but I also need to address the haters in my press conference as well. What happened?
We do. I forgot about Stitch Fix had earnings. Was it earnings today?
Was it today?
Vinay just said, look at Stitch Fix. It's up 10%. Shit, yeah, the earnings were today. For some reason, I thought they were tomorrow. Yeah, earnings for Stitch Fix looks like they're out. Is Arfin around? Curious to see if he's hanging out this afternoon. But yeah, this thing is up 10.5%. Holy shit balls. This is what I was hoping for. I hope that they were able to work out some of the kinks that they had in the last quarter. I talked about that Stock Watch Sunday last night, and so far it is up now 13% after hours.
That's insane.
Sitting at $65 after closing at $58.
You wish you were Clover.
Yeah. Oh, man, this thing is rocking. Talk about boner candles. Damn, Vinay, good eye, bro. Yeah, this thing is taking off. Looks good. I don't know if there's any news on it just
somebody
yet.
was asking about Palantir. Palantir's been great for me.
Yep.
Ranjith Murthy.
Yeah, Palantir doing well.
What's up with it? Nothing. I mean, I think it was just oversold, beaten down, and I don't know. All those. What I would say is I think people are just realizing what we've been talking about, which is they're here to stay.
Yep.
Like these companies are still going to perform well. They're still going to see good growth, and I think we're seeing that with the guidance. And I think this is more anticipation with Palantir because it was beaten down pretty badly. I mean, my average is still below $20. It's like 19 and some change, and I think it was up to $24.50 or something, somewhere around there today.
Yeah. I see SWW asks, are we in Clover warrants and commons? No, just in common shares. Just common stock for us.
So
No
here's the numbers for Stitch Fix.
Yeah.
Estimates were loss of 27 cents a share, came in at a loss of 18, so they beat. Revenue 536 versus 511 expected, so they beat on revenue as well. But I'm sure it's more something with guidance.
It's still climbing, 14.50. 14.5%. Sorry. Oh my God, 14.5%. Jesus.
You're welcome, Ranjith from Germany. I love it.
Yeah.
Tesla closed green. That's good news.
Hell yeah.
Oh, they did have a contract with the government that was renewed. That was a couple of weeks ago.
Palantir, yeah.
Palantir.
They've had several of them
Thanks,
now.
Savvy.
Clover, bro, it is up 5% after hours still. Just check back in. It is up now at $12.57. Let's go.
Maybe Chamath scooping up shit.
Oh, bro. Chamath needs to tweet, I'm here to fuck shit up again. That's what he needs to do.
With a picture of his stick legs.
Yes. That dude needs some leg day in his life. Kevin Huang says, yo, Zoom, what's your plan with Clover running hot right now? We did kind of discuss that. Fat Man Zoom's just holding tight. He's in a bit of a holding pattern right now. You know, this is a move we were hoping for, but we're not exactly where we expected Clover to end up at. So we're, in our opinion, and I'm just speaking for you, but in our opinion, we feel like this is just kind of getting started at this point.
Listen, I didn't deal with all the shit talking, all the hate for months, people. I didn't deal with, put that camera on me. Listen to me. I didn't deal with that hate for months on end just to take a 20% profit. I mean, I'm shoving it to you guys. You know who you are, not naming any names. Clowns.
All you motherfuckers.
All you motherfuckers. I got cases on all you bitches. You'll be playing basketball at Pelican Bay when I get through with you. That show's not over.
We're not done yet.
Look, I'm a mess. My headphones are like a disaster.
Tracy Morgan in the house, folks.
Yeah. Oh, listen, right up here, I got all your names. I really need to do a shit list. I got all your names.
I haven't seen one of them either today. Not one of them.
Yeah.
It's quiet. It's quiet in here. It's quiet in the house.
Yeah, they're probably eating their gummy packs and their juice grenades Licking their wounds, haters. You know who that's to?
No.
Gummy packs and juice grenades?
Oh, no, I don't have that one.
You don't know who that's? No. You know who I'm referencing?
No. Oh. No, I don't know.
Our tattoo chef friend?
Oh, Jason.
Yeah.
Jason Toscano.
Yeah, you know how after like the sport matches, like you'd have those little juice grenades and like the gummy packs, Capri Suns. Shout out to Capri Suns. So underrated.
They're great with vodka.
Yeah, Mr. Alamat. GTF
Yeah, where is
now.
that? Where is
Get
that?
the fuck out now.
Yeah.
I remember all you people. My memory's horrible except for the haters. I got a special place in my brain that's designated for the haters.
They're not
hater.
They're not living in his brain rent free.
Yeah, I know. They're the DeChambeau of Own the Chaos. You guys are the DeChambeau. I'm Brooksy.
Yeah.
Suck it.
As we're looking at this, Clover's continuing to climb. It is now at the height of the day or height of the after hours trading at 1266. Damn.
I should recreate for my press conference. I should recreate the Brooksy interview where he's getting interviewed. You should walk behind me like a clown, and I just roll my eyes.
Claudia,
I know Clover's going to crash tomorrow, and I'm going to get a bunch of shit.
It's not. I don't think so. I don't think so.
At this point, I'm just reverse psychologying myself.
Reverse psychologying yourself.
Yeah, I'm just playing reverse psychology. Because either way, I'm right.
Yeah.
If it goes down, I'm right. If it goes up, I'm right.
Yeah. Camilo, I saw you ask this before, and that's my fault for skipping over you.
What's up, Camilo?
Asked it again. Says thoughts on the market as a whole, correction or over. Is the correction over or start of a bull market? Oh, I mean, we've been in a bull market, my man. I mean, you look at the S&P, and it's been a little sideways over the last couple of days, but I wouldn't call this a correction. I think we're still very much in a bull market. Let's take a look at that. We look at the S&P and just kind of see where it's at. This is the daily chart. It's continued to go up. I mean, we saw some choppiness in May, which we kind of addressed, and it started to make its move back up. And really, we're pretty damn near close to all-time highs for the S&P and really the market overall. So, I mean, on Friday, we just barely missed the all-time high. So I think that we're going to continue to go higher. I have a $4,500 prediction for the S&P by the end of the year. And to me, it looks like it could be easily achieved, perhaps in the summer. But obviously that remains to be seen. But yeah, I feel still hella bullish. There's really no negative catalysts, in my opinion, unless we come up with some sort of other crazy natural disaster or a pandemic. I just don't see how we see
global tax.
The global tax, so yeah, we didn't talk about that, but the global tax to G7, I don't think that creates a overall market correction. I still think that tech
like an industry
takes a beating again.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
We can talk about it tomorrow, but as far as the overall market's concerned, I still think that it's still all systems go. By the way, Stitch Fix is also up 17% after hours. What the hell was in that earnings report?
Just 17%. Clover's up 40% for anybody that wants to do
those
the
are
math.
rookie numbers.
Yeah, those are basic bitch numbers.
Yeah.
Don Fran, hey, what's up? What's up? Tell him what's up.
What's up? Clover's up.
What else is up? Everything in our portfolio is up. Life is good. What's the one stock you regret selling in the past?
AMC. I bought AMC on a bet, and then I sold it for profit, but it was for like $100. That was at $12. I bought that shit. There's plenty of other ones that I definitely sold too early, but hey, it is what it is. You can't be mad at making profit.
Yeah, for sure. I don't. Maybe Big C.
Oh yeah. Well, Big C when it tanked or when it.
I mean, I was near the 52-week low, and then I had a really tight stop on it. It would be Big C or Affirm, one of the two, because they both, I had high conviction on them, and I was, to be honest, it's kind of when all the tech growth took a shit, and I was in my feelings about Drive Shack, I was in my feelings about Clover, I was just feeling the heat, And I think I just kept the tighter stop than I should have. Not that I can't stop out of stuff, because Clover, I actually remember I doubled down on that, and I kept that extra position tight.
Yeah.
I went green on it, but it could be better. Like, I don't regret that, because I was just playing that great move. I wasn't trying to like over leverage myself in that way. But yeah, I mean, Big C and Affirm, I would play them different now, and like, I shouldn't even say play them. I would trade them different now.
Yeah.
And the reality is that shouldn't happen. Like, clearly my emotions were involved in that.
Yeah.
But that's because my ass was getting handed to me by almost everything in my portfolio.
You know,
I was also heavy spec. I was really heavy spec.
Yeah.
I told you that.
yeah, and yeah, we've addressed that, but we didn't talk about Penn National, by the way. Gaming actually made a move today. Penn National closed the day at 84.25.
Nice.
Thank God. It feels much better. Feels much better.
Yeah, we were talking about those, like the key stocks that I feel like our convictions are higher than perhaps other places or sources. Clover for sure, hands down. Drive Shack, I think we can say, but Penn's one of those as well. Yes, there's a subset of like people that are bullish on that, but there's a lot of people that have moved on, and we still have very high conviction on Penn and seeing it. I mean, let's get that thing to 100 first off, but then there's a lot of meat on that bone for that stock.
It's going to be interesting. It would be cool to see some of the attention over to Own the Chaos if we see Clover go crazy. If the YouTube gods shine down upon us for Drive Shack and Clover, I'll be very happy, man.
I mean, Drive Shack just seems like it's just set up. Like, things are just kind of falling into place.
It's just undiscovered at this point.
Yeah. So that could actually, I mean, the way it's just worked out, it hasn't been as scary as Clover, or as stressful. I guess it's a better word, not scary, stressful as Clover.
Yeah.
But man, those two are both beautiful. Shout out Drive Shack, baby. How, baby?
Drive Shack, I cannot wait till that thing pops off.
I will dance when Penn gets back to 100. 100 ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I agree with you, Rudy. I agree with you. Mike B says Penn to 40. We'll see.
He's full of shit. He's like one of those guys that loves us, but also likes to talk shit. There was like some SPAC that we didn't like, and then now it went off and it went crazy, and now we're the idiots.
Drive Shack is a swing trader.
Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something. Give me another stock that we haven't done that with.
Rudy, what did you say your average was on Drive Shack? I feel like it was under $2. Was it Rudy or was it Vinay?
It was one of them. I think it might have been Vinay.
Yeah, Vinay had it under, but I don't know if Vinay still has it.
Rudy says I'll dance naked on Bourbon Street when it hits 200. I just told Fat Man Zoom if Penn National hits 200, I'm buying a 911 Turbo. Buying a Porsche.
That seems responsible.
I don't care.
Well, I did.
What am I supposed to do? Look at something that I can't afford and say, no, not gonna do it.
No, double down. That's what you do. When it's 200, we go all in. Reopening stitch. All right, so.
Oh yeah, Vinay, $1.10.
Was Vinay, you out, bro? You didn't ride with us?
I'm sure he averaged up. I don't think. You're sold all of it? Damn.
You didn't want that. You didn't want that free share ride? A free carnival ride? 232, Rudy Brown, was my original. The original average was $1.20, averaged up. Okay, cool. Yeah, that 232. Remember, that 240 mark was where they did that offering.
I'm with you, Don. Yeah, I'll drive that Porsche out to Kansas or to Missouri for you, to Kansas City. We'll ride around in the Corvette and the Porsche.
At the highs. Vinay sold at the highs. Cool. All right, man. I think we're good.
So if you guys, just to recap, we talked about Clover a lot. It's still doing pretty well. It has pulled back after hours. It's still up 4% after hours, though. Went well into $12 range after closing the day at $11.92. We talked a bit about Stitch Fix, which right now is still up 16%. They crushed earnings, and I don't know what the outlook is, but maybe we can report on that a little bit tomorrow as well. And that was kind of it. We talked a little bit about AMC. Closed the day at $55, so that was up around 10%. Overall, pretty lackluster day in the markets too. They closed pretty much flat, but hey, It's a stock picker's market, and we pick the right ones, baby. I'm loving it.
Guys, hit that like for supporting that Clove. We appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that's in it. We got a lot of crew members
We
that are in
do.
it.
We do.
We got a lot of people.
We do. We appreciate the support. The community plays are always, freaking money, bro.
Yeah.
We need to do more of that.
Yeah, we'll be doing more of that. All right, guys. We will see you guys tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live again.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace. What the hell? Oh, shit.
How do you think inflation will affect the stock market?